Hey guys, Scott Long. Well, this video was supposed to be of a great hunt where you could see me actually shooting my deer, but for me to show you deer on my video, I actually have to see them myself, which did not happen today. So instead I thought I'd show you a video of my weapon that I'm using, which is a Horton crossbow. You can see here. It's a HD 175. The HD is for the camo on there, and as you can see, when I'm holding it, it blends nicely into my camo, which makes it very hard for the deer to see. The 175 honestly stands for, I believe, how much the draw weight is on the bow, which is pretty heavy duty. Comes with a 4-power scope, you can see here, and a quiver. In fact, let me show you what the scope looks like, because it's pretty cool. I did this earlier, so I know you can do it. Let's see. There we go. Come on. Come on. There we go. You see that? See those lines there? It's much like a, kind of hard to get lined up. Very much like a rifle. In fact, this weapon is really much like a rifle. It can take a very poor or average bow hunter and turn him into a really good bow hunter. That pretty much describes me. I hunted for 10 years and I never got a deer with my bow. Didn't help that I didn't like it. Got this a couple years ago, and in the first 3 hunts I had 3 deer. So it made quite a difference. Anyways, one of the big differences that you'll find between a regular compound bow and a crossbow is how much draw weight there is on the actual bow. Typical bow is going to be maybe 50 to 75 pounds. This is going to have 150 to 175 pounds of draw weight, and because of that they actually give you a nice handy little pulley system. So I'm going to move the camera so you can see how I do this. Put your foot in right here, hopefully you can see that, and then you get out your pulley. Let's see here. Alright, oops. Alright, so you can see right here, these 2 hooks. You actually take these, hook them right on the line, right there. Hopefully you can see that. See that? And with your foot in there, use your whole body, stand up, and lock it in. And when you do that, it automatically sets the, well, it's supposed to set the safety. So we're set there now. Now, one big difference between hunting with a crossbow and hunting with a compound bow is that, of course, a compound bow, you pull it back when you're ready to shoot. With a crossbow, you pull it back before you go out, and you keep it just like this the whole time. Of course, you put an arrow in there, or a bolt. This is a bolt. Slide it in, odd color down. Slides right into that trough right there, and away you go. Now, one disadvantage, I suppose, of this kind of bow over versus a regular compound bow is that compound bow you can just let up. This you actually have to discharge, because as you can see, right now it is ready to go. So a lot of people go out and buy a little foam target or something like that to shoot, but I figured I'd spend money on something else. So I just use the ground. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. Hopefully you can see this. So we're going to discharge it into the ground. Right here. Safety off. Boom. And hopefully you can see that. This thing, well, it's gone in quite a ways, that far into the dirt. Now obviously, to do this, you don't want to use your regular hunting arrow head, because you'll ruin it. This one is just for shooting in the dirt. But let me show you what my actual arrowhead looks like. This is the actual one I use for hunting. Oops. I'll take that off, make it a little easier anyways. This is my actual arrowhead. And you have to get very special ones for crossbows because there's so much force with a crossbow that if you don't have the right arrowhead, it'll just blow up. This arrowhead has actually killed 3 deer. And the way it works, when it goes into the deer, it actually pushes these 2 veins apart, like that. And you can see the cutting surface becomes quite large. And if you look real carefully, hopefully you can see it. I'll make sure you can. Let's see here. Focus in on that. Come on, baby. Well, this edge right here is all chewed up from hitting bones and deer. And frankly, the arrow goes right through the deer, so it is going to stick in the ground on the other side, so you can get a little dirt. Typically, though, there's a lot of cleanup on these things after you get done shooting. And it just goes back together like that and ready for another shot, as long as it's still in good shape. This one is. So anyways, I wanted to just tell you about these. If you're interested in bow hunting and you thought about getting a crossbow at some point, man, these are so sweet. It's like shooting a rifle. You just can't miss, and you really don't have to practice much because you put the crosshairs on it, pull the trigger, and you're done. Anyways, thanks. Hope you enjoyed it. If you do, share it with your friends.